Aaliyah James woke with a start, her heart hammering before her mind even caught up. The scent hit her first warm butter, sizzling eggs, cinnamon in the air. Her small apartment never smelled like that unless she burned toast. She pushed up from the couch where she'd fallen asleep after another late shift, but when she glanced toward the kitchen, she froze so hard her breath lodged in her throat. A tall man, dressed in a crisp white shirt with sleeves rolled neatly to his elbows, stood at her stove. The CEO of the company where she worked? Daniel Hart, a billionaire who never smiled in public, never lingered in hallways, never remembered names that weren't on the board. And yet here he was, humming softly, flipping pancakes in her tiny kitchen like he belonged there. Before she could speak, he turned with a gentle smile that did not match the powerful, distant man she thought she knew.
Good morning, Aaliyah. I hope you don't mind.
Your daughter let me in. Before I tell you what happened next, tell me in the comments where you're rewatching from. I love knowing who's listening. Her throat tightened. My daughter let you in? Fear flickered through her. Did he think she'd stolen something? Was this some twisted joke? Why would a CEO be in a single mother's home at sunrise? Aaliyah stepped back instinctively, her mind racing, her palms trembling slightly from the confusion. Daniel noticed, and his expression softened, almost pained. I'm not here for work, he said. And you're not in trouble, I promise. But promises meant little from people with this much power. Her daughter, 6-year-old Mia, suddenly darted from the hallway and wrapped her tiny arms around Daniel's leg, like she'd known him forever. Mommy, Mr. Hart made pancakes with smiley faces. The room tilted. Aaliyah tried to speak, but her voice cracked. Why? Why are you here? Daniel placed the spatula down carefully, as if not wanting to startle her further. Because something kept me up last night, he began. Something you said after the meeting? She remembered at the moment she finally broke under pressure. She had stayed after hours doing work that belonged to a team of 3 people. When he passed by, she whispered to herself, thinking no one heard. I'm so tired of fighting alone. He had heard, and apparently it stayed with him. I realized, he continued, that you've been carrying the weight of the world with no one offering even the smallest kindness. She stared at him, breathing unevenly. People like you don't come to places like mine. You don't care about people like me. I used to think that, Daniel admitted. His voice was low, honest, almost vulnerable. But then I saw how you kept going. How you showed up every day, despite everything life threw at you. How you raised your daughter with grace and strength. My world, full of privilege, felt shallow by comparison. Heat rose behind her eyes. She blinked it back, unwilling to unravel in front of the richest man she knew. He took a slow step toward her. Leah, I came because you deserve help. You deserve rest. You deserve better. Her legs weakened. She thought he'd never look at her twice. She thought he was the kind of man who only looked down at people like her. She was wrong. The air felt thick, shimmering with a strange blend of disbelief and fragile hope. Dust floated in the morning light, catching glimmers like tiny stars between them. Even Mia grew quiet, sensing the moment. But beneath Aaliyah's shock lay another fear of accepting kindness that might have strings attached. Why me? She asked. What do you want in return? Daniel shook his head immediately. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Then he hesitated before adding, except maybe for you to hear what I need to tell you. Her heartbeat slowed. The apartment seemed to hold its breath. My mother, he said softly, was a single mom too. Strong, determined. But the world broke her down piece by piece because no one helped. Her when she needed it most. I couldn't save her. But maybe I can keep someone else from falling the way she did. Aaliyah felt the words pierce through her defenses, settling somewhere deep. She sat down slowly, her hands trembling. Daniel pulled out a chair for her and she wondered if she was dreaming. Then came the reveal she didn't expect. I'm offering you a new position, he said. Double your pay. It's a flexible schedule. Full childcare benefits. He paused, voice steady. Not as charity, but because I've watched your work for months. You're brilliant, and the company has failed to see it. Murmurs rose in her mind, doubt, disbelief, old wounds. But something about his sincerity, the rawness in his eyes, unsettled her more than the surprise itself. What if I say no? She whispered. Daniel smiled sadly. Then I'll still make you breakfast today. Tomorrow, if you'll let me. Her breath caught. There it was, the moment of moral tension. Was it right to trust a man with this much influence? Was it foolish to let hope rise? But Mia climbed onto her lap, tiny fingers curling around her shirt, whispering, "Mommy, can we keep him? It's nice." And for the first time in years, Aaliyah let out a shaky laugh that wasn't forced. She stood, walked to the counter, and picked up the plate Daniel had prepared. Warm pancakes formed a smiley, face childish, imperfect, and full of heart. She looked at him with a new steadiness. "Okay," she said. "Let's talk about this job." Relief washed over his features, and for a brief moment she saw past the CEO, the man who carried his own quiet wounds. Because kindness doesn't vanish, it waits. And it finds its way back. And as Aaliyah tasted that first bite of pancakes, she realized the morning that began in fear had unfolded into something she hadn't felt in a long time. Possibility. Soft dawn after a long night. Thank you for listening. If this story touched you, share your thoughts below and subscribe for more powerful stories of courage, compassion, and unexpected kindness. Your voice matters and I can't wait to hear it.